We're going to talk about some myths, specifically around financial coaching, coaching myths, and probably going to be like a mini series here from things that I hear from clients, things that I've experienced, that whole what I wish I knew 5 years ago, what I wish I knew before, because it would have saved me a ton of struggle and time, all the things, right? So, I'm really excited for this week's because this is the thing that I struggled with for years. And if I can save you that time, it's going to be awesome. All right, let's get to it. Welcome back to the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. We are talking today about myths and specifically like money coaching myths, things that I wish I knew 5, 6 years ago, things that I've heard my clients say, like, I wish I had known this before because it would save me so much time and stress and struggle, all those things, right? Before we really get into it, though, I want to preface this with this piece that the the steps that we've taken, the timing, all of those things always happen in the way in the manner that they were supposed to. It's always in like that perfect timing. Okay. So there's not, I don't want you to feel like you've made mistakes if you're doing these things because those mistakes, those choices that you made in the past made you who you are today. This is about just making better choices, different choices moving forward. Okay. So, no beating yourself up if you are doing this one, if you're doing any of these things, but especially this one, because, yeah, no, same. This is the thing that I did for years. All right. So, what is it? What is the thing that I keep hearing clients say and that I did myself, what I wish I knew before, and that myth that we need to break, right? We're waiting till you hit this income level to do X. So in this scenario, we're waiting. I can't tell you like how many times I've heard like, okay, I just need to hit this income goal and then I'll be able to join you inside the academy. I need to be able to do this. And I totally get that there's a needing to be able to make like the payment. That's part of why I keep things as reasonably priced as I do. But this isn't out of that. This is about we feel like we don't need it yet. Okay, because we haven't hit that income level yet. And then once we do that, then we'll have to figure out the money. But that's not how it works. We've talked multiple times about the fact that it's statistically proven lottery winners, NFL players, all of these things, we make big chunks of money, right? So you win the lottery. Within 5 years, you were back in the same position you were, or worse, because when you have more money, the banks will give you more. So then you can dig yourself into a deeper hole because the things you and your habits didn't change. And I know I've done it before. You're thinking, okay, yeah, that's them, Aimee. Like, I know what to do with money. When I just hit this income goal, everything's going to be set. I'm going to be smart, disciplined. I'm going to do all these things. I'm not going to make those choices. And that may be true because you might have the habits in place, but there's more to it than that. There's more than just, the tangible, tactile, tactile, paying the bills, all of those things. Like your mindset comes into play and all of these things. The point is, regardless, you're still you, right? Regardless of the income level, we all have different circumstances that are going on, right? Different things that we're dealing with in our personal lives, different income levels that we're at, but we're still facing the same fears, anxieties, the challenges that we're dealing with things on a mindset level and just as a human experience. Those things are all the same. And that's the thing that I wish I had known before because it felt like, okay, once we hit this income level, once I hit this income level, things will work out, right? And we call this, there's several different names for it, but we hear this all the time. Like, okay, I'm making $60,000 a year. And you're just like, if I can get to $100,000 a year, everything will be set. I'll be great. It's not the case. That's not what happens because the same things show up. We have to be able to be um in a good spot and successful where we're at, yes, we're always working to grow. And I'm not telling you not to shoot for those income goals, but I want you to be aware that there's always somewhere to get to, and we're putting things off until we get to this level. It causes problems. So, what do we do, right? What's the solution? I'm not just going to be like, "Hey, don't do this," but where's the solution, right? The first solution is look for the solution as opposed to why things aren't working. This goes back, we talked about this earlier this year in the Counting Your Blessings episode. There was a song that came out, we did an episode on it, but appreciating and finding that grace and those successes where you're already at. The second part is going to be get the support that you need now and at least plan for it. Okay. So we're not doing this expecting planning on what it will look like, but think of it in present tense, current tense, what it looks like. It might not be something that you have now, but this is what it looks like whenever it shows up, right? It's not that out in the future, because when we put it in the future tense, where it's always, again, somewhere to get to. It's out away from us instead of talking about what it looks like. This is also why I created the execution lab, because I wanted you to be able to have the support when you need it. If you don't know, Execution Lab is the monthly coaching and co-working membership. It's designed specifically to help you take control of your finances. And of course, everything with me is a judgment free zone. Like, we're here to get the work done. There's no guilt, no shame, any of those things about any decisions that you've made with your money, because, they're already made. Why does that matter? Execution Lab is only $9 a month, but we work on a coaching, co-working time to make progress towards your financial goals, whether you're trying to tackle debt, whether you're trying to get on a budget, plan for the future, do a month end process. We've got all of that covered. The point is, you get the coaching and the accountability that you need, because we all know what we need to do with our finances, but we're not necessarily doing it. But you get that space that you need to finally make the space for the things that matter in your finances. I don't want you to let your financial to-do list stress you out any longer. That's why this is in place, because I can tell you all the step by step of what you need to do, but if it's not getting done, it doesn't matter. So have the support, have the accountability that you need with Execution Lab. Go to aimeecerka.com/execution lab to join us. Put that link in the show notes. And remember, you can figure out the money thing. We can do it together. That's it for now. We'll see you on the inside. If you're struggling with shame and guilt around your finances, whether it's debt, impulse spending, mistakes from the past, or the fact that you still haven't hit your income goal, then it's time for you to work with me. There are different levels of support and price points that you can use on the path to removing that guilt and shame so you can step into your unstoppable life. After all, your finances are unique to you, and your support should be too. Go to workwithaimee.com to get started with one of my most popular programs, or you can book a Q&A call with me and we'll figure out what that next step should be. And those links are hanging out in the description of this video as well.